What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of TaxSnax, where we are so prepared and we have everything prepared. We have all the mics. You guys don't see the mics, but these are actually new mics.
Can't see them.
You can't see them. It's something new that we've been working on with Logan. Just a new.
It's really going to take off in the industry. Watch out for it.
Yeah,
Watch out for us.
Yeah.
All right, so here is the money question for TaxSnax. What is the craziest thing you've heard as a tax professional on social media?
Probably where this guy who owned a corporation said he could build a pool in his backyard and then have his corporation reimburse him for building his pool because it was somehow connected to his health. And so he's gonna just completely deduct his personal pool through his corporation. Like, I don't know. A tax strategist told him this.
It was his roommate, Paul.
It was his roommate, Paul. That's what we've been saying. All right, so what is so wrong about this scenario or about this story this man has told?
Yeah, I actually see this a lot on social media where, like, oh, a doctor prescribed something for my health, therefore I can deduct it, which is usually not the case. So you just can't deduct like a personal pool for your business, even through some obscure code in the tax law.
Now, if he said he used the pool for business pool parties, could he deduct it?
Oh, business pool parties. I'd still say it probably have to fall under ordinary and necessary. So maybe if he was like a pool designer.
Okay.
But
he
maybe.
wasn't.
But he wasn't.
Maybe this is not tax advice, everybody.
Maybe
So,
not. Is there ever a time,
Disclaimer.
That's a good question.
Yeah. Is there ever a time when somebody can deduct a health expense for their LLC?
Probably not.
Probably not.
I would say
Just checking.
just don't. Yeah. Don't try to deduct health costs through your LLC.
That's so weird. I wouldn't have.
Or anything personal in nature. We'll just say that too. Because your health is pretty personal.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I definitely feel like if I heard this inspiring story, I would think, wow, I didn't know I could do that. And then here's me rolling over trying to do that because I feel like most people that I know, they do not have an accountant that they work with, or, they don't work with a tax professional. And so when, we hear stuff like this online, it's like, oh, I can save myself like a couple bucks. Maybe I'll try it out. And then
Yeah, and the
turns
logic
out,
makes sense.
Sometimes. This
The
one,
logic,
maybe
I could
not
see
so
the
much.
logic in it. Like, oh, I can do this because it's for my business.
Right.
But there's a little more guardrails than that.
How fascinating. So was he able to, did he do it?
He got shut down pretty
Okay.
fast.
oh no, okay.
Well, that's for the
A
best.
bunch of tax professionals were like, okay, so who told you this? And he was like, oh, my tax strategist. And I'm like, okay, so where in the code did he say this? He's like, oh, here it is. And we're like, no, that is actually not right. What you're using for that purpose. So, and he's like, I got some calls to make.
I bet he found a new tax strategist.
Yeah, I bet he did. I think what's so funny is, and what we've talked about multiple times, is how if someone gets online with this, did you know that I did this and it worked? Rather than there is a tax professional that comes in and they're like, and they stitch a TikTok and they're like, listen, y'all, you can't do that. And it's kind of hard because what people choose is what's more entertaining than more informative.
Right.
From a tax professional. And I feel like that happens all the time from other professionals in other industries who hear something and they're like, well, that's just not really all the information and that's not really it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that can be really difficult when you're in the general public and when you're in such a society where we're all trying to save money somewhere. And like me and Kaylee have talked about multiple times, we do live in a DIY society. If you can figure out how to do it yourself, why not?
Right.
And sometimes this is exactly why not.
This is why not. Don't do it.
Because prison doesn't sound good to me. Is there like a tax prison? Do they do that?
Tax fraud. Yeah, if you commit tax fraud, that's a whole different thing, though. So.
Always trying not to commit tax fraud.
That's it.
You ever wonder if
Yeah.
sometimes you accidentally did though? I do.
I say always beware of tax strategists. It's always the strategists that are pushing all these interesting tax.
Do you have to have, this is probably a dumb question, do you have to have any sort of certification to be a tax strategist, or do you just say
My
you are?
guess is that they never do have a certification. There's no like designated tax strategist certification. It's just someone who calls himself that.
Yeah.
So that's where you have like the CPA and the EA designations,
Right.
where they are certified in some regard,
Right.
and so have some sort of standards to live up to. Versus you're not just some dude trying to be like, here's how to deduct your life on your tax return. Who are you going to listen to?
Right.
Hopefully, not that person.
Hopefully someone who went to school, who had to pass a test, who has to keep up with the knowledge of the time.
It's great for ideas. Like, shoot,
Yeah.
I love hearing from clients like, hey, I heard about this one thing, and I love being like, informing them. Actually, here's why we can't do that.
Yeah.
So,
It's good for educational purposes and all that good stuff. But I definitely feel like, yeah, there's times where I say that I am somebody, and I am not.
Chief of staff.
Creative shenanigans.
Yes.
We're gonna shenanigan. So why don't you tell us a little bit about like yourself and like, I don't know, can we say like your firm, and especially now that you've got a new person, don't you?
yeah, Gary. Shout out to Gary.
Hey, Gary.
Hey Gary.
Yeah, I'm Logan Graf. I have my own firm called the Graf Tax Co. PLLC, and you have to be real creative with naming your CPA firm in Texas. You have to use one of your names. So I had to throw Graf in there somewhere, and I was like, I don't want to be Logan Graf CPA because everyone does that. So I was like, well, Co. I love Co. You always see all these cool retro named companies that have Co on the end of it. I was like, something with Co. I like taxes, so the Graf Tax Co. But now people are like, you should have dropped the, you know, like the Facebook. So, well, yeah, we don't need to talk about that.
Get it next time.
That's Logan Graf, guys.
Yep.
Video
Yeah.
extraordinaire.
I also make YouTube content, trying to encourage the next generation of accountants to actually do this, because turns out people don't want to be an accountant anymore because it doesn't really pay much money. At least that's what they say.
That's what they say.
That's what they
So,
say.
trying to-
Turns out,
We're out here trying to bridge that gap.
Yep. Trying to make that not happen.
yeah.
So,
Oh, nice. Well, I saw that you were looking for new names. Did you ever find one for your YouTube? I know
my
you're thinking
YouTube
about changing it
channel?
up.
Yes, I'm creating a separate tax channel. Still TBD. Honestly, I want to steal y'all's TaxSnax podcast name.
I know. You know,
That's like,
if we talk about it, I'll think about passing it to
you
you.
sell it to me?
Because we have a million tax.
We have so
Podcast
many.
ideas.
We have so many ideas.
Some
Yeah.
are shut down, some of them, or it'll be an underground podcast for us.
If there was anyone that I think about giving it to, it would be you.
Oh,
We'll
sweet.
talk to Nick about it. Nick,
Okay.
write that down.
Make it happen.
Write that down. Write that down.
Somebody always says.
Oh. Well, tell everybody why they need to come see you at New Money. It could honestly be just because you're famous.
I don't know about that. What is that? I'm on YouTube, so that's not really famous. But I'd say come if you want to be encouraged on how to run not a CPA, how to run an accounting firm differently. Because I think I bring a unique perspective to running a firm, accounting firm, bookkeeping firm, tax firm, and I just want to offer encouragement in a way that you've never heard before to run your own firm in a better way, hopefully.
I like that.
I know.
Yeah. What are you most looking forward to about New Money?
I'd say just seeing all the unique presenters. Sounds like you've got awesome presenters lined up. I'm really excited about that. And you're coming at it from a different perspective, because y'all aren't in accounting software. Y'all are in all sorts of different industries. And so having that mix of of professionals is going to be really unique. I think that's really cool because we're all kind of in the money business, but like hearing from other industry perspectives, I think would be really good for accountants and for the other side, investors and everyone else who's coming.
It's gonna be a whole mix of. It's gonna be like a
little party.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Party?
A little ingredient, not that.
Yeah.
Recipe.
Boiling pot. I don't know.
Mixing pot.
Mixing pot.
Somebody's
Oh.
pot. Melting pot.
Melting
There we go.
pot. Not a
That's what
boiling
it is,
pot.
not it
Almost a
is.
boiler plate. That's what it is now.
Well, thanks for being here with us today. We
Yeah.
appreciate it. Everybody come to New Money. Logan's on the ups. He's going to be tearing it up on the YouTube. So come get his autograph while you can.
Get on the drone. Maybe I can bring my drone. That's the saying.
Oh, you should. You should bring the drone. TaxSnax is brought to you by non-tax experts just like you.
So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Catch us next week where we'll be eating more food, talking to more experts, and where we'll decide, should I buy a polar bear?
Why would you do that?
Because they're cute and cuddly.
Well, in the meantime, make sure you take no tax advice from fake tax experts online.
Or us, unless it's in this podcast.